All right, welcome to a session of FitEssentials Basics. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through today. We're going to go ahead and start in our seated position with a little bit of seated breathing. We're going to warm up our feet and legs, and then we'll come on up for some balance work and blood flow. So go ahead and join me in the chair. And Moose, I'll grab your bone. I'm sorry, I forgot to. So sit up nice and tall. Make sure you're sitting up on the sit bones, feet flat on the ground. As you breathe in, we're going to circle those arms around, rotating through. Bring your palms and your forearms together. Try to pull those elbows in. As you sit tall, pull the arms down to the chest. Pull your belly in towards your spine on the exhale. When you're ready for that breath in, lifting up nice and tall out of your seat, circle those arms back and down. Spread the hand nice and wide. Very good. Inhale. That was the inhale. Now the exhale. Bring it back down and in. Monday morning, I'll get it. Nice fluid breath in, circling the arms. Draw those elbows back with the shoulders down. Fantastic. Lifting up again. Exhale. Down and in, chin to the chest. Again, breathing in, circling back. Fantastic. Last time on the exhale, we're going to go into some seated cat cow next, or happy cat, angry cat. As you breathe in, just sit up nice and tall and bring your hands onto the thighs, bottom of the thighs, just over top of the knees. Similar movements from here. Now, as you exhale, you'll roll your shoulders forward, still drawing the belly in, chin to the chest. And then now on the inhale, simply slide the hands up the legs, draw the shoulders back, lifting the head and neck. We'll go 3 times more there. 3 more times. Head down, hands forward, chin in. Nice cleansing breath. Trying to breathe in through the nose. If your allergies and nasal cavities will allow you, try gently out through the mouth, sliding it down and forward. Twice more. Sitting tall. Pull the shoulders back. Exhale, slide it down. Last one. Lift as you sit. Nice deep breaths and take it to that last exhale. Blow that air out, tuck that chin in. And sitting tall from there. All right, fantastic. Next, we're going to do one exercise for the front of the shins called our Tib Raises, meaning our tibialis anterior. So make sure you're right on the edge of that chair so your feet are flat on the ground. Similar position that we were just in, hands on the knees with the arms extended. From here, you're simply going to lift the toes with your heels on the ground and lift the tops of your feet. So you want to lift the feet up so your whole foot comes up off the ground except for the heels. So just up and down, lifting them up, setting them down. I'm going to slide back here so my feet are on the mat. I think you can see me just a little bit better. So legs. Kind of feel the front of those shins start to fire. We're going to go another 20 seconds here. Lifting up, drawing all 10 toes back towards you. Yep. Relax them down for just a moment and then back up from there. So this is just some of those smaller muscles of the lower leg. Help pick up the foot. Lift the toes. And last time. Very good. Alrighty. From here, sitting up nice and tall, going to pick up one leg, interlace those hands in front of the knee. Grabbing onto the shin, draw those shoulders back, and we're going into our ankle rolls next. But rotate the foot between 5 and 10 times each direction. But if you can here, Diane, you can draw those elbows in a little bit tighter, draw those shoulders back, work the upper body a bit here also. But if you haven't switched directions on that ankle roll, go ahead and turn it the other way. When you're ready, set that foot down. And same thing, other side. Sitting tall, lifting up, interlace, squeeze those shoulders back and down. Now we'll go our rotations 10 times each way. 5 to 10. I don't really worry about counting so much here, just going on feel. Switch directions when you're ready. Very good. When you finish that, go ahead and set that foot down. And then we're going to make our way up to standing. Got some march and punch, some step jacks, and some sway steps. If you haven't had any water in a while, let's go ahead and grab a quick drink as you come up to standing. between 20 and 40 seconds on each exercise. We'll be going 2 times through. On the first round of this march and punch, I'm going to really encourage that you add a pause into it. So stand up nice and tall. You want all the toes pointing forward. Draw your midline in. Go ahead and bring your arms up to the side. Then when you're ready, you're going to lift up, lifting one leg and punching the other arm across. You don't have to lift it high. Just kind of base that on your confidence in that position. And then see if you can hold that position for just a moment as you punch that arm across. Punch. And then draw that elbow back, lifting up. Exhale as you punch. And if you don't quite feel ready to lift up onto one leg, I can also just kind of sway side to side and work that upper body. Good. Really push that big toe down into your shoe or into the floor. Last time. And rest. Good. Shake out the arms. We're going to go into our step jacks next. If you can reach up to overhead, that is encouraged. Otherwise, you're going to reach out to the side. So either out to the side or up to overhead. Practicing a little side steps here, opening the chest and shoulders. Very good. Breathing as you step, about another 10 seconds here. Nice, good. Broad chest position, spread the hands nice and wide as well. And go ahead and rest. Good job. Shake out those arms, kind of give a little bop to the body. Just moving through. We're getting ready for our sway steps next. We want to shake out that upper body. Come here, back to center, walk the feet out about hip width apart, and now really lift up and in. Spread those hands wide as you reach them out to the side. When you're ready, as you lift up, you're going to shift your weight, swaying to one side. You can keep the foot down if you need to. And then when you're ready, we'll relax down, cross the arms over, push through the toe, lifting up, swaying to that opposite side. And then back and down, lifting up, pushing to that big toe. If you feel confident to come onto one leg, you can lift that back leg up, try to squeeze the glute, relax the arms down, pushing through the big toe, lifting up. You want to come onto that back one leg, you can. Very good. Down and up. We'll go about 2 or 3 times more each side. Balance. Good. Shifting the weight to the other side. Practice that balance when you get there. Beautiful. Take it one more time each way. Up and lift. Really drawing those shoulders back. And last time, second side. Over, up, squeeze, and rest. Good job. Check it out. Let's grab a quick drink. And then we're going to go one more time through, starting back with the march and punch. All right, we did the pause last time. If that feels best for your body, keep that pause in there. Otherwise, we'll look to move a little bit faster. Standing tall. When you're ready, we're going to exhale, punching the arm across, lifting the knee and foot of the opposite leg or shifting the weight from side to side. We're going to exhale with that punch. There you go. Good. Punch that hand a little higher, Shirley. Nice, Diane. Straighten out that elbow. Straight across. Punch. Draw the elbow back. Lift and punch. Awesome. Couple more. Back. Up. And take a rest. Nice work. All right. Shaking out those arms once again. Either step jacks with the overhead reach, stepping to the side, or we call them a seal jack, arms out to the side. So just base it upon how your shoulders are feeling, how your body's feeling, but practicing this side step. Excellent. There you go. Clap those hands, generate a little energy. Awesome. You're going up to overhead, you can clap them overhead. Couple more. And 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Shake it out. We'll take about 15 seconds and we'll be back for our sway steps. Just let those arms rest for a second, kind of walk it out. All right, when you're ready, you're going to center those feet so the toes are forward. Feet are just outside my hips. Everything is up and nice and strong through the belly. Reach those arms straight out to the side, pulling those shoulders back. And when you're ready, we'll sway to one side. Push that big toe down. Option to come onto one foot. Rest those arms down as we switch sides, then lift up, push that big toe, squeeze the shoulders back. Wonderful. Over and across, back to our first side. Really practicing that balance. I just want to call this like the Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, flying through the air. Good. Try to make your exercise playful. Sometimes we take it too seriously and then it just doesn't really, it loses the fun. It loses the playfulness. Fantastic. We're going to go about one more time each way. Lifting up, squeezing those shoulders back. If you're extending that back leg, you want to squeeze the glute and resting from there. Awesome job. All right, grab another drink of water. We're going to do a couple of stretches and then we'll be into our next circuit. Alrighty, start with just loosening up those hips a bit after that balance work. So we'll hands on the hips, circling those hips around. Smile as you move. Do one more in that orientation and then we'll take it in that reverse direction. Nice and smooth through there. Good. You just hold the hips stationary and now let's just gently roll the head and neck. Instead of rolling all the way back, just chin to the chest, flowing from one side to the other, looking down, gently tilt the head to the other side and back. Let's go one or two more times on each side there. Chin down to the chest, rolling across, kind of like the front side of a neck circle. Nice and smooth. All right, good. Bring the head back to neutral, and now hip opener next. If you want to mirror me, I'm stepping my right foot back, so it would be your left to be mirroring each other. Make sure that you don't lean back as you do that. So pull the front of your ribs and belly down and in. From here, you can either raise that arm up to overhead or you can cross it over the opposite shoulder. I'm going to demo off the shoulder. So I'll grab across, I'll grab the back of that arm. And now as I lift my arms, lift my chest, I'm going to shift that hip forward and rotate across. So if you went with the overhead position, it would just be arms up and reaching across. Squeeze that glute to that trail leg. You want to feel like a nice lengthening all along the side of the body, a little bit more in the front of the body and torso, front of the hip, front of the thigh. Good. Unwind from there. We're going to stay on that side. We'll do it once more. Think about actively rocking your hip back and then rock it forward. Lift the chest, lift the arms, and then grab onto the back of that arm as you pull yourself towards that front leg. Squeeze the glute, really lengthening this whole front of the body. Again, arms can be up to overhead if that's what you chose. Breathe and release. Very good. Instead of a circular pattern in between sides, let's go our little figure 8 pattern. Just try to imagine my belly button's like trying to trace the figure 8. Yep. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Just move, just flow, switch directions of that figure 8 if you haven't. I know I feel the same way. Like, I don't know if I'm exactly doing that right, but we're getting some good movement. And now we're going to open up the hip on the opposite side. So again, mirroring me, it's now my left, so it's going to be your right, stepping that foot back. Make sure that front foot is firmly planted, and I like to just rock it back onto the heel here. So both feet are planted. Good. Either arms up to overhead or come back into that I Dream a Genie position over the shoulders. Lifting the arms and chest and elbows up. Hips rock back, hips rock forward, and now grab onto the back of that right arm and rotate, turning to your left. Never forcing, but trying to squeeze the back side of that hip on the right. Breathing for a couple of breaths. Then we'll come out of it. We'll do it once more as I rock the hip back. Lift the chest up, lift the hips, and rotate the body. I'm going to come this way so I can see everybody. Good. I'm not rotating my head because I'm watching you all, but you look great. So go ahead and turn the head if you're not. Carrying over that left shoulder. One more breath there. Still trying to squeeze that right hip. And release. Take it on down. All right, last stretch before we go into that next piece, our little side stretch. I like the side stretch flow, reaching that bottom arm across to the opposite hip and kind of shifting through the feet just a little bit, focusing to lengthen the side of the body. We're getting ready for some elevated side planks next. If anybody anybody here is comfortable to do your side planks down on the ground, by all means, you're welcome to get on down and do your side planks there. Otherwise, we're going to be demonstrating from an elevated surface. So the higher your arm, the easier it's going to be. I could literally just come against the wall and lean right into the wall. Okay, I'm going to demo off this box and off this chair so I can be facing forward throughout. You can see there are two different heights. That's not ideal, but we're not going to get too caught up in that. Ideally for you, I'd want you to stay on the same surface and then just turn it around. So when you're ready, we're going to start on two arms. You're going to place both hands either against the wall, side of the couch, bottom of the chair. You're going to walk your feet back. If you're new to all of this or still building up your midline strength, don't worry about coming onto one arm. Just stay on two. If you can come onto two, you're going to walk your feet a little bit wider and then try to pivot your body to the side so you come up onto one hand. And we're really lifting up out of that downside arm. Try to kind of stagger your feet, Diane, rotating. Very nice. We're 10 seconds into this one. I'm going to take you through a 20-second hold because it took a while to get into it. We don't want those hips to drop down, and we don't want the shoulder to sink down. So continue to lift up, looking straight forward. And 3, 2, 1. Walk the feet back in, reaching that hand down. Come all the way in and up. Because in between sides, you can either pick up some light dumbbells if you want to press some weights up to overhead. So if you'd like to press weights to overhead, grab some lighter dumbbells. Or we'll do our apple picking exercise, where without any weights, you're just going to press up and reach side to side. So I'm going to demo without weights. So when you're ready, if you haven't already started, either an alternating overhead press or our apple picking. Either way, we'll just give a slight bend in the body, but really reaching up to overhead. If you've got that weight in your hand, just look to press it straight up and over your head. And Shirley, instead of bringing the hands all the way down to your waist, keep your hands up by the shoulders. There you go. And then just reach across. Looks great, Diane. And down. A couple more on each side. Up and down. Beautiful. And rest. Good job. If you were holding weights, go ahead and set those down. I'm going to let loose outside, and then we're going to make our way into that side plank on the opposite arm. So I was demoing on my right arm. I didn't specify when we got into it, but I'm going to now demo off the chair. So we're going to set both hands down on the surface to start, walk the feet back, and then you kind of pivot your body nice and controlled, really pushing through that one arm and lifting on up, holding that side plank on the opposite side. So if you aren't here now, go ahead and join me. We're going to go 20 seconds from here. Nice. Good position, Shirley. Just challenges the body a little bit differently. If it gets uncomfortable at any point, just come back onto both arms. Maintain a soft bend in that elbow that's supporting you, but really lift up out of that shoulder. And we get to that 20 seconds in 2, 1. Gradually come on out. So walk your feet back in, bring your hand back down, and walk yourself back up. All righty. One more exercise in this series. We're going to do our reverse swimmers. So midline nice and strong. No weights in your hands for this. We're going to alternate sides. One arm circles back and down, and then the opposite arm circles back and down. So you can just imagine maybe your circles look a little bit lower. That's okay. Spread the fingers. So try to spread as wide as you can from your thumb to that little finger. Nice. Totally appropriate to give a little rotation through your torso. So whichever arm I'm rotating back, I'll kind of rotate my torso towards that side. I've got that soft bend the knee, midline held in, nice and strong. Let's get about one more on each side. Spread the hand, opening that palm. Fantastic. All right. Shake it out, grab a drink. We'll get back into the side plank on your first arm. So if I'm on my right, you'll typically be on your left. But whatever makes sense to you, just make sure you know where you started. Because we're going to have you that overhead press. I'll demo with dumbbells this round, or that apple picking in between. All right, let's make our way into that position. So starting on two hands, walk the feet back. Holding strong, take your time as you walk your legs a little bit sideways, pushing through that downside arm and lifting up. I'll let you know every 10 seconds, but I'm going to hold you for upwards of 30 seconds on this second round. So pushing out of that bottom shoulder, Our first 10 is done. Making sure your hips are lifting up so they don't sink down towards the wall or towards the floor. There's 20 seconds. And I want you to ensure if you're shaking a whole lot, you feel like you're going to collapse, please come out of it. Otherwise, we made that full 30 in 2, 1, gradually unwind, coming back down onto 2, walking yourself out of it. All righty. If you got anything going on that you don't want to hold any weights, you can demo that apple picking without weights. Otherwise, if you want to join me with some light dumbbells or water bottles, elbows up and forward, and we're going to go an alternating overhead press. So elevate, pushing that weight straight up to overhead, elbow comes forward, and alternating sides. Yep, keeping those hands up by the shoulders with the weights as well. Try to squeeze the midline. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale as you push. Inhale as you lower. Very nice. Sometimes we'll start to lean back, so make sure you keep your shoulders stacked over those hips. About 2 more on each side. Go ahead and even your body out. And all done there. Wonderful. Set the weights down. And now we're going to go to the opposite arm side plank when you're ready. So shake out those arms for a second. When you're ready, make your way over to your surface, placing both hands down, either against a table, chair, right against the wall. Walk the feet back a bit. Turn the legs sideways. And then 2, 1, coming on up. And I'll give you every 10 seconds till we get to 30. Fantastic. Really good position. Try to turn your eyes so you're looking straight forward, avoiding those hips starting to drop down and in, lifting up. Trying to keep those hips square, the shoulders. That's 20 seconds. I'm sorry. I told you I'd say every 10. And I'll make up for it by telling you to 25. Almost that full 30 in 2, 1. Gradually come on out. Good job. Walk it in, walk it up. And one more time once you get up for those reverse swimmers. So feet about hip width apart, soft bend the knees, wide spread of the hand, wide handprint. Spend about 30 seconds here. Rotating through, nice and smooth. Start to follow the hand with your eyes as well as you circle back. Good. Let's get about 1 more on each side. Finish it out there and resting from there. Very nice. Grab a drink of water and then meet me in the chair. We're gonna do a couple stretches from seated, and then we've got 1 more circuit coming up next. All right. We're gonna do our seated forward fold as we come on down. So sitting up nice and tall. Make sure you're literally on your sit bones. You can move the flesh of your glutes as needed. Feet flat on the ground, draw your belly in. And now we're going to take the hands starting on the bottom of the thighs, and you'll tuck the chin to the chest and go ahead and allow those hands to slide down the front of your shins. Using your hands to determine how far down you feel comfortable reaching, pull that chin into the chest. And then when you get to that position where you feel a gentle stretch in the mid back or the low back, try to pause there and breathe into the area where you feel the most tension. In through the nose, gently out through the mouth. On that next inhale, gradually make your way on up, walking your hands up the legs, sitting up nice and tall. All righty. And then once we're up to seated, we're going to do some seated rotation. So you're going to bring the hand behind the head. As you lift everything up, draw the belly in, reaching your elbow across. See if you can come to the opposite thigh, but it's okay if you can't get all the way there. Use that right hand if you have your left arm behind the head on the inside of the knee to give a little bit of encouragement into that rotation. We're going to go 4 more times there. Breathe in as you tuck yourself down and across. Sit tall, and then a gentle exhale as you pivot. Trying to look over that elbow. And you want to think about, you're trying to pull this elbow back behind you as far as you can. Breathe in, close it down, exhale, sitting tall. After you complete 5 on your end, we'll switching sides. Remember to get that pause in that open position. Down, sitting tall, pull that elbow back, turning the head and neck. Fantastic. Couple more. Last time. All right. One more stretch from seated, then we'll come back up to the feet. Similar to that forward fold, but now we're going to reach the hand across the body. So if you're mirroring me, it'll be your left hand comes to the outside of your right knee. You can hold on to the seat of your chair with that right hand, and you're going to slide that hand down the outer part of your shin, tucking the chin to the chest, and you want to feel a stretch, typically in the left side of your torso or back. Wherever you're feeling that stretch, try to send your breathing into that area. Nice deep breath in, expanding that area. Give me one more time. On that next inhale, slide back up, and we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Sitting tall. Again, if you're mirroring me, this time you'll take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. You can hold on with your left hand onto the seat of the chair. Slide the hand down the outer aspect of your shin and tuck that chin down to the chest. And then breathing here. Two to three nice deep breaths. When you've had enough of that position, breathing in, gradually making your way back up. And now we'll come back up to the feet. All right, friends, one more series. We're going to go 3 times through this last series, and the first round will be a bit of a warm-up. We're going to start with some forward bows or a good morning if you want to hold a light weight, but I'm going to demo without weight to start. But grab a drink as you come up. Get everybody ready to start. When we're doing this forward fold, what we're really practicing is to bend or hinge, like a door hinge at your hips. A lot of times we'll tend to round through our back. So you want to really practice being as tall as you can. So stand tall to start. Check in with your feet. You want those toes to point straight forward, feet about hip width apart. Really key here, draw your belly in, rocking your hips back so that you pull that belly in towards the spine. Then you're going to establish like just a soft bend in your knees as you hold that midline posture. Head up, eyes up. Now take those arms, cross them over your shoulders. This is if you were holding a weight, you can just hold it underneath your chin, but otherwise, arms over the shoulders. Lift those elbows up as you send your hips back. So that's going to help keep that chest tall, and you can still look down with the head ever so slightly. You push through your feet, squeeze the glutes standing tall. You can relax the elbows just a hair, but still have those arms up. And then when you're ready, lifting up, breathing in, long spine. Also think about pushing your knees out just slightly, and then push to the feet, squeeze and stand. Maybe about 3 more times there. Great job, Shirley. As you stand tall, rest the arms down. Nice deep breath in. Send those hips back, bowing forward. Beautiful. Good, Diane. Push the feet standing up. Relax the arms down to the chest as you stand. Alrighty, 2 more, friends. Breathe in, lift up, elbows up, hips push back. Feet planted, kind of gripping those toes down to really help anchor your body. And then up and relax. Good job. Last time. Deep breath in, tall chest, long spine. Pull that belly in. Surely pull those elbows a little bit higher. And push the feet and all the way up. Beautiful. Shake it out. Alrighty. Next, we're going to practice stepping backwards on one leg. So I would recommend here, if you need a little extra balance, stand behind the chair or stand near a wall to help stabilize. Behind the couch works great also, or a countertop. When you're ready, you're going to stand up nice and tall. Start on your non-dominant leg. I'm assuming that's left for most people, but if it's not for you, then do the other. What you're going to do is just pick up the left leg, take a nice big step back. If you're not holding on, you can reach the arms straight out in front of you. And then you're going to drive through your front heel, pull yourself up and forward. For extra credit here, extra balance practice, you're going to raise that knee up into a high knee position. Very good. Set it down. Step it back. Front heel stays planted. Shin stays vertical. Then drive that front foot. Pull the knee up if you feel like you can do so. Good. Or you'll just stand tall. So we'll spend about another 30 seconds here. Long step back. Propel yourself through that front leg as you pull that knee forward. Good. Back. Drive it up. This could also be your top position coming to standing. And then you can always build into that high knee position. Excellent. As you're practicing this, make sure you stay lifted up out of your hips. So we don't want to see those hips kick out. Standing tall. Long step back, reaching out. Step it forward. Option to come to that high knee posture. Very good. Finish that rep and take a rest. Go ahead and kind of shake the hips a little bit. Make sure you take note. I was stepping my right leg back, which would have been your left if you were mirroring me. All right, we're going to keep that range, that motion in our brain, and we're going to go straight to the other side next. So when you're ready, now it's going to be your right leg. It'll be my left. So standing tall, draw the belly in. When you're ready, you can reach the arm out or stabilize yourself, stepping back from the side. It looks like this. And then as I come forward, I either stand tall or option to lift that leg up to that high knee. Good. Without holding on, I reach both arms up. Keep that front foot planted. Really propel yourself up and forward. It's like a little mini lunge. Option to the high knee. Set it down. Step it back, eyes up, chest up as you reach behind you. Pull yourself forward and then raise that knee up. Good. Couple more. I can balance myself out also. Stepping back, pulling through, lifting that knee up. Nice job. Hips stay level, midline stays strong. Last time here. Good job. And take a rest. All right, we're going to work the upper body a little bit as our last exercise in this series, and then we're going to go back to the top for 2 more rounds. So we're going to do that elevated plank row. So if you want to use a light dumbbell and you have a sturdy surface, you can set your dumbbell down and you'll be right between your hands. From there, you're going to come onto both hands, walking the feet back. I'll show you what it looks like. So you can either just row your elbow without any weight, alternating arms coming onto one hand as you draw the arm up, or if you want the challenge of the weights, you can pick the weight up and set it down. We're looking to not let the hips drop forward, and ideally we don't want to be piked back either, so you want to kind of find that middle ground. So when you're ready, we're going to practice this for 40 seconds. Midline nice and tight. Draw that elbow up and back with or without weights. Looking to alternate sides. Set that weight down right between the hands. Spread those fingers nice and wide on the hand that's supporting your body. And then as you're moving this upper body, let's see if we can kind of wake up that lower body. Belly button pulled in. Try to squeeze the glutes. Help everything to stay stable. Very good. Great elbow position, Shirley. Nice job. Looking smooth, Diane. Maybe 1 more on each arm. Pushing through, holding strong. And when you're ready, take a rest. Come on out of that. Nice job. All right, check it out. Grab a drink. We've got 2 more sets left. All right. We're going to go back to our deadlifts. We did our good mornings. On this next round, if you feel like you can pick some weight up off the ground or lower it down towards the ground, we're going to go ahead and pick up some weight. You can either hold one weight and have it right between the legs. Kettlebell, I'm going to demo with my dumbbell. I think it's a little bit easier to see. Or you could hold one weight on each side of the body. But I'm going to hold my dumbbell here just by like the head of the dumbbell, like so. Okay. I'm going to keep it close to my center of gravity, walking my feet about hip width apart. Draw the belly in, draw the shoulders back with that soft bend the knee, just like we practiced. Instead of raising those elbows up now, I'm going to pin my shoulders back and then long spine from there. Lowering it down towards the floor, keeping it close to the legs, Squeeze the glutes and stand. Very nice. Long spine. Hold the shoulders back. Trying to keep the chest lifted as you move. So eyes up as you stand tall, and then pull that chin in, bowing down. Squeeze the glutes, standing straight up. Beautiful. Try to have a little bit more control as you lower. So try to move slowly as you lower, and then think smooth the stand. So push through the legs, squeeze the booty, stacking those shoulders straight over the hips. Knees push wide, push into the legs, standing straight up. Maybe one or two more. Long spine, standing tall, and 3, 2, 1. After you finish that rep, go ahead and rest. Nice job. All right, we're doing our reverse step to high knee next. I'm demoing without any weights. Those of you that might feel like you're ready to challenge yourself a bit more, you can always hold weights at your side or underneath the chin. Otherwise, establish that front leg down. Maybe the left foot stays forward, chest nice and tall. And when you're ready, we're going to step that foot back behind, heel stays planted. Drive that front foot option to raise that right knee up. Good. Reach the arms out, keep the chest tall, stepping back, pulling through, stepping tall. Good job. Inside, we look like this. Long step back, front shin, vertical, heel down, step it forward, draw that knee up, back, and down. Good job. We'll take about another 15 seconds here. A couple more reps. Be patient with the movement. Front heel planted. You don't want to have that knee diving forward. Do one more, back and down. Push that foot, draw that knee high. Beautiful. Take note of which leg was stepping forward and give a little break to those hips, taking it into our hip circles. Very good. Switching directions. Gently swivel those hips the other way. Wonderful. All right, about 10 seconds and we'll get started on that opposite leg. So set the foot, toes all pointing forward, draw everything up and in. And then now it's going to be that opposite leg stepping back. You can balance as needed. Front foot firmly planted. Drive through. Either stand tall or come into that high knee posture. Reaching up. Yep. Pull through. Very nice. Arms to the side. Breathe in as you step back. Exhale as you pull yourself forward, pulling through that front foot. Back, reaching out. Just think like giant step back and then up and forward. Good. A couple more. Front foot planted, bend that front knee, and then up and forward. Nice. Last one. Heel planted, eyes up. Pull through that front foot, raise that knee, and rest. Alrighty, just our plank with that row of the dumbbell is next. Feel free if you want to grab a drink of water. We're going to take about 20 seconds and then we'll start that final exercise. This is our second of 3 rounds. All right, 10 seconds till we begin. You'll make your way into that plank position. Wide handprint to support the hands. If you're using a weight, have it just between the arms. Walking the feet back, drawing that chin in, and then we alternate sides. Grab that dumbbell, pulling that elbow up and back. Trying to exhale with that row. Strong support through that downside arm. Good. Alternating arms, elbow nice and high. Excellent job. 15 seconds left. We'll come a little bit closer. Yeah. Draw the elbow high. Nice, Diane. Good position. Good support. Other side. Yeah, Shirley. Great high elbow. Good. Yep. Up and back. Set it down. If you started with me, that's our 40 seconds. If you start a little bit late, you can do a 1 or 2 more on each side. We'll take about another 30 seconds, and then we'll be into our final set. We've got those deadlifts once more. And going through it one more time. So if you haven't rested yet, go ahead and take a pause. We're going to get ready for the last round here in 30 seconds. And if your body has said, hey, I've had enough for today, listen to that little intuition. Kind of hang out with us. We'll do a couple stretches at the end. All right. 10 seconds. I'm going to hold 2 weights this time, 1 in each hand, and I'm going to have the weights outside my legs. Toes pointing forward. Draw those shoulders back, draw the belly in, and here we go. Long spine. Moving to those back into those deadlifts. Squeeze the glutes and stand. So practicing how we would bow forward, picking up laundry baskets, picking up bags of dog food. Those are the main things we pick up around here. Bowing down. Push those feet, squeeze and stand. Very good. Great posture. Yep. Nice, Shirley. Just think shoulders back the whole time, chest up. That's 30 seconds. We'll practice for about another 10. Keeping that soft bend in the knees, but focusing on hinging at the hips. Yep, last time. Forward bow, squeeze the glutes, standing tall. Very good. And rest. All right, final round, that reverse step to high knee. Let's start with your left leg as your front leg. Anchor that foot down, grip those toes, draw the belly in, and here we go. You can balance as needed or reach both arms out. Standing tall, option to lift that knee up, coming onto that single leg support. Long step back, front shin stays vertical. Step it forward, raise that knee up. Beautiful. Back, forward, option of that high knee. You can flow right into it if you feel confident for that. Heel down and up. Awesome. Maybe one more long step back. Really pull yourself through that front foot and raise that knee up and rest. Nice. Little hip rock in between sides. Just gently bop the hips side to side. Give some relief. All right. We have 2 exercises remaining. We got to balance out the body. We got to do our reverse step back now with your right leg forward. Toes pointing straight ahead. I'm going to show you from the side this time. Eyes up, chest tall. And then when you're ready, have your right foot forward, step your left foot back. Heel planted, shin vertical, either standing tall with that option to raise that knee up. So I'm showing with a balance here on the same side arm as the leg that's forward. And up, nice. Eyes up, chest up as you step back, reaching out, fantastic. Step it forward, beautiful, good. About 2 more here if you're moving at a similar pattern as myself. And up. Breathe in, stepping back, drive into that front foot and lift that knee up. Fantastic. All righty. Shake it out, and then all we have left is that plank row before we stretch. Great job, everyone. So making your way over to that plank position. If you're using the dumbbell, remember we're going to have it right between the hands. Draw your abdomen in. Place those hands down just underneath the shoulders. Walk the feet back just a little bit. And then when you're ready, strong push through the one hand as you grab the dumbbell. Pull that elbow high, really ensuring no forward rock of those hips. If you have any tension in that low back, you'll probably have your hips forward. So push those hips back. I'd rather see your hips in like a piped position, we call it, than an arched position. We'll practice this for about another 20 seconds. Alternating arms, pull that elbow up and back, setting that weight down and switching side. Nice high row of that elbow. Breathing in, set it down. Very good. Try to balance out if you remember which arm you started on. And 2, 1, that makes 45 seconds. Walk it in, stand it up. Well done. All right, we're going to do our stretch here using either a wall. I'm going to demo off the back of the chair. They call it like a wall overhead stretch. It's kind of like an elevated down dog. You're going to place those arms about chest height. I'm going to walk my feet back, draw that belly in towards the spine, ensuring I keep the knees softly bent, and then I'm going to lower my head down right between the arms. Thinking about as I draw the belly in towards the spine, I'm going to invite my heart to come a little bit closer to the floor. So you should feel a bit of a stretch opening through the shoulders and chest. You might also feel a little bit on the back of the thighs. If you have a pretty strong bend in your knees, you can look to just gently, not fully extend the knees, but start to extend the legs a little bit more, and you'll feel a bit more stretch in the back of the thighs. Ensure you don't arch the spine. Try to straighten out those arms if you can, Diane. Just nice long arms through the elbows. That's better. You can hold this position for another breath or so. Deep breath into the back. Exhale, invite that heart to the chest. And on that next inhale, start to walk your way up and out. Beautiful. All right, meet me in the chair to finish. Nice job today. A little bit longer session. We're going to finish with our seated spinal twist. If you have a hand or arm rest on your chair, you can just kind of push into that arm rest. If you have a chair like me with no arm rest, then we're going to bring the hand that would have the arm rest up to the shoulder. So you're going to bring the hand to the shoulder, kind of pull that elbow back, take your opposite arm, reach it across, grab onto that thigh. You can either keep that foot planted, or if you want to go a little bit deeper into this twist, you can cross that leg over. As you sit tall, pull into that thigh and draw this elbow back. You're going to go into a little bit of a seated twist here, turning the head, peering over that shoulder. And now with the hand on the elbow, that's where we'll start the rotations. Think about making some circular patterns, up and back and down. Spending about 5 cycles of breathing here, trying to breathe in through the nose, lengthen. And then on the exhale, see if your body will twist a bit more. Nice, smooth on those circles. Keep that head and neck turn. 1 or 2 more breaths. And relax. Come on out of that. In between sides, we're going to go into that forward fold from seated. So hands on the thighs, feet flat on the ground, chin to the chest, and slide on down. We're going to get a nice stretch into the mid back, a little bit into that low back. Pull that head in and breathe. When you're ready, on that next inhale, breathe in, slide the hands back up, and then we're going to even out with that seated twist on the opposite side. So again, if you have the arm rest, you can push into that arm rest. Otherwise, hand to the shoulder, draw that elbow back, opposite hand reaches across to the opposite thigh, option to cross that leg over, and then when you're ready, sitting tall, draw the elbow back, and you can start to circle the elbow. And now the focus for the breathing. Breathing in, lengthen through that spine. Breathing out, gentle rotation. Roughly 5 breaths here. Good. Continue to turn the head and neck. Eyes up, looking back. And when you finish, go ahead and come on out. Very nice. Alrighty, a couple stretches for the upper body. Reach your arms straight up to overhead, best as able. Draw the chin in. See if you can bend that hand back behind the head as you reach up for that tricep stretch. Pulling that elbow back. Really key here, we often will lose that head forward, so you really want to fight to stay tall, lifting the chest. If you can hold this position and it's not painful, just ever so gently, you can bend away, bending towards your right side. Sorry, it might not be your right, it might be your left. Lengthening, bending away from the side that you're stretching. And when you're ready, go ahead and release that arm down. Same thing, other side. Pull the chin in, sitting tall, reaching on up, bending that elbow, reaching around, grabbing that elbow as you draw it back. Remember not to lose the head forward, so fight to stay tall and long here. This is a tough position, just stay here. Don't worry about the side bend. Chin in, staying tall. If you feel okay here, ever so gently, you're bending away from the elbow that you're stretching as you pull that chin in. And when you're ready, go ahead and release those arms down. Wonderful. All right, just like a little bit of a shoulder roll, opposite side, up and back. Get a little shift through that torso, loosen it all up. Very good. And then we'll do our final 3 breaths together. Go ahead and sitting tall, arms come out to the side, rotate the palms forward. If you know the movement, I invite you to close the eyes. On the inhale, in through the nose, elevate those shoulders up towards those ears. And then on the exhale, draw the shoulders down, broad chest. Twice more. Breathe in, elevate up, exhale, shoulders back and down. Last time, breathe in and breathe out. All right, everybody. I invite you to give yourself a little round of applause, even if you're here on the recordings. Acknowledge yourself for showing up, taking care of your body. Thanks for moving with me. And reminder, no classes on Tuesday, but we will be back here live on Wednesday. And if I don't see you on Wednesday, wishing you all a beautiful, grateful Thanksgiving holiday. Stay healthy.